here is a video for you, for euch, for y'all, actually. Not just for you, because that would be für dich. Okay, if I was talking about for you, one of you, für dich. Instead, this is a video für euch, for y'all. Okay, and it's about numbers. All right, so the question is, wie alt bist du? Literally, how old are you? Okay, and I imagine because you're in middle school, you're probably between 0 and 20 years old. Okay, all right. This is mainly about pronunciation, but let's take a look at these numbers and say them with me, okay? That's null, null. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, neun, 10. Let's keep going. Okay. 11, 12, 3. Oh, wait a minute. Watch this. 13. Look at that. You just take the 3 and the 10 and you put them together. 13. 13. 14. 15. Oops, something is different here. Did you say it? 16. Okay, they take the S off when they spell that. Okay, because somehow putting the S and the Z next to each other would be strange. Germans pronounce every letter. So if you had that S in there, they would have to say 16. Okay, so they just take the S out. 16. 7. Now wait a minute. This is another weird one. Okay. 17. They take the EN out. 17. Otherwise it would be 17. And they just think that's too much. Okay. 17. 18. 19. 20. Okay. So that's the numbers 0 through 20. All right, and you can see here I've put in yellow highlight those two strange letters numbers. Okay, where you have the exceptions. All right, and by the way, 100 is 100 and 0 is null. Okay, all right. Now let's look at when we go further up to from 21 above. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, wie alt bist du? Okay. You could say, ich bin Jahre alt. Okay. Ich bin. Or if I'm talking about you, I'd say, du bist. So, ich bin 50 Jahre alt. Okay. Du bist 12 Jahre alt. Bist du 12 Jahre alt? Bist du 13 Jahre alt? Okay. And when we're talking about other people, ist, sie ist. Okay. Or xir ist for gender neutral. Xir ist. All right. So wie alt ist Frau Rogers? I said a number. Maybe you didn't know it because we haven't learned it yet. Let's talk about how old I am. All right. That is older than 20. Mm-hmm. All right. And if you're talking in formal language to me, you would say, Frau Rogers, wie alt sind Sie? How old are you? This is formal language with the capital Z, the capital S on Z. Okay, although it's not polite to ask that question, but whatever. Okay, wie alt sind Sie? And I would say, ich bin, wait, we have to go into that. Wie alt sind Sie, Frau Rogers? Okay, let's start with 20. And then to build numbers above 20, you follow this formula. 21. Literally 1 and 20. 21. Okay, so you start with the number that's in the ones place. You kind of look at the number backwards. 1 and 20. 21. Here we have 2 and 20. 22. 3 and 20. 23. Let's keep going. 24. 25. 26. Now here, look at this. The S is there. Okay. The S pops up there. If the 6 is first, then it has its S. No, that doesn't make sense because 16. Oh, we'll have to remember. It's und. It's that und that makes it. Because if it's followed by a Z, 16, then that's hard. But if it's followed by the und, this vowel here makes it easy to say 26. And so they put the S in. 27 there. They have the EN. 27. 28. 29. 30. Okay, now wait a minute. 30. That's weird. Look at this. That's the SZ. 30. Okay, now let's go back. Whoops. Excuse me. I wanted to go back to 20. Okay. It has a ZIG on the end. That is the usual format. ZIG. It's the equivalent of our TY, like 20, 30, 40, TY. They add a ZIG, except, whoa, wrong way, for 30. There they add an SZ. Okay, 30. Then we have 40, 4T, literally 4T. 50, 60, take the S out of there. 70, take the EN out. 80, 90. Okay, and then 100. All right, so 30 is an exception. All right, now let's take a look at this again. So this, we see all, we're talking about the tens, all of the 30, 40, 50, 60, all of those. They've got the zig except for 30. So this is like 40, 50, 60, 70, right? Let's go look at the teens. All right. It starts at 13, just like in English. So we have 11, 12. We don't say two teen, right? We don't say one teen for 11 or two teen for 12. They have their own words, right? 11, 12, 12. Starts at 13, 14. So this teen here is kind of like teen in English, TEEN, 13. We have 3, 10, 4, 10. It's like 14, 5, 10, 15, 6, 10, 17, 18. So you see the pattern there? The teens are teen. And the T's, did you hear that T, like 40, 50, are over here. All right. Now, one thing that, okay, we're going to talk about our ages in class. We're going to talk about the weather and temperature eventually. So we'll say, what's the temperature outside? But first, we're going to talk about birthdays. And when is your birthday? And you notice when we talk about birthdays, you don't say, oh, my birthday is July 3 or 3 July. Okay. You say July 3rd. Okay. So we have to now learn how to say first, second, third. How do we take those numbers that you just saw and make them into, they're called ordinal numbers, the order numbers, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay. And when do we use these? Well, when we're describing our class periods. What do you have? Second block. We use them to describe dates, and we use them to describe lists. Like, okay, what am I doing this evening? First, I got to get home. Then I'm going to do my second. I'm going to do my homework. Third, I'm going to eat dinner. Okay, lists and places. I got first place in the competition. All right, this is the number as we know it. Ninths. Okay, and that is the ordinal number, the order number. Erste, first. All right. And the way, okay, so we add that little th, or what do we add for first place? St, right? In German, they just put a dot like this. Okay. Or they can write some letters there, but the easiest way is just to put a dot. It looks like a period, but it really makes this into first. Okay, erste. Okay, so now we have a pattern that kicks in, and that is te, zweite. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead to 4. Add the te, vierte, 5, te. Look, they leave the s here. Oh, those Germans. But they take the en out. Siebte, because it would be siebente. Achte, neunte. Okay, so I skipped a number, didn't I? I skipped this one because we have this as number 3, drei, but then they do something a little weird there. Dritte is third. Okay. We do it in English. 3 becomes third. It's weird. It's irregular. So you have to learn those 3s, whether you're talking about 3, third, or 30, are weird, exceptional, right? Drei, dreißig, dritte. Okay. All right. So let's follow our pattern here. We'll say it. You can say it together with me. I'm going to go back. Erste, zweite, dritte, vierte, fünfte, sechste, siebte, achte, neunte, zehnte, elfte, zwölfte, dreizehnte. Yes, they do say that. Vierzehnte, fünfzehnte, sechzehnte, siebzehnte, achtzehnte, neunzehnte. Okay, this is where it gets a little weird. Above 19, they add an S. Zwanzigste. Yeah. Okay, above 19, they have an S. So, einundzwanzigste, zweiundzwanzigste, dreiundzwanzigste. We're going to skip a little bit. Dreißigste, 30th, 40th, 40. 50. Hundertste. Okay. 125. Now you see how we do these. 125. Yes, so it's like 105 and 20th. 125. You read your 100 and then you flip these numbers, like we talked about flipping the 10s and the 1s places for 25, 5 and 20. Well, here we have our 5 and 20, 25, but we have 100 first and then the st at the end. 225. Okay. And then we have there some useful things you might want to memorize, like the blocks. Okay. And how they do dates. Okay, heute haben wir den 21.05. Today we have the 21st of the 5th month. Wait a minute. Did you see that? This is May 21st. So the 21st May, or the 21st 5th. That's how they say that. We'll practice that more in class. All right. If it's the 9th of, I get mixed up. This is the 9th of August. 9th of the 8th. 9.8. And this is December 25th. Okay, it would be the 25th, 12th. Okay, and they actually do say that. Okay, you could say, heute haben wir den 25.12. Or you could say, heute haben wir den 25. Dezember. 12th month is December. All right. So you've got those choices. Here's our little hint when it comes to those ordinal numbers, that you add TE for 2 to 19, and for 1 and 20 plus you add the STE. Okay, and das ist alles. That's it. We'll practice and practice and practice these. We'll practice 1 through 20, then we'll practice 1 through 100, and then we'll practice ordinal numbers, and then we'll mix it all up, and you guys are going to rock this. It takes a little bit to get into, okay? But once you learn it, you got it, okay? Also gut, so good, mach's gut, do it well, and tschüss.